Would you care to put a dollar sign on the contract that you signed with New Retail Concept?
We made a choice not to release that information.
Miss Maples, are you seeing Mr. Trump?
I heard what question was that? I can't comment on that. We need to talk about it.
Advice from Donald Trump on his venture?
He's absolutely supportive, and he thinks it's a great idea.
Did Donald ever accidentally moan, "Oh, Ivana"?
Get that guy out of here. That was rude. Donna Rice or Joan Rivers?
I have not spoken to either one of them, but I understand their campaigns were very successful, so we're looking forward to moving on. And
Hey, Gary, this is Jessica. Listen, tell Howard, remember when Sam Kinison was dead to him? Well, he's dead to me, okay? I don't need a man tearing apart what I do for a living. I don't rip apart what he does. I always supported him and was there for him and flew across the country for him. And I don't enjoy the bottle sex jokes you did this morning. And Jackie, you ought to tell him, too, to get a life and grow up. And I'm mad at you people. And I'm not kidding. It's very unfair. I'm trying to make a living. So grow up, and next time you guys need a favor, call somebody else, okay? See if they'll fly around the country for you.
Think of that whole reaction to Dice Clay. It was stupid, right?
Well, my position is, I try to analyze things. That's my problem. I look at things and I try to figure them out.
Right.
And like I say, you see, these audiences that Andrew appeals to, I don't know much about what goes on inside his head, but I know what's going on inside those audiences' head. I know these young, white, working-class males. I know they're uptight about their own manhood. They're not sure if they're queer or not.
Right.
And they're afraid of women because women have some power now. And they don't like blacks. They don't like Spanish people. They don't like anybody who's not like them.
Right.
So these people have fear and anger going. He plays to that. And what he doesn't realize is he's Jewish. And they have Jews on their list down there right under Gypsies. Gypsies is 4th and Jews are 5th.
Right.
So what's the point? I don't understand that, trying to rile all these people up.
Ooh, that's interesting. See, I don't analyze it like that.
They could turn on him.
I think he just, I don't think he's, I've heard his stuff. I don't think it's that angry.
But it's not funny, man.
You don't think so?
You gotta be funny. And Sam Kinison uses the same targets. Sam is funny. Sam thinks like a comedian.
Right.
I don't hear the wit. I don't hear the jokes.
Did Geraldo call you about this? Because he's looking for guys to talk about this stuff.
Yeah, I think Geraldo would be interested in you.
Geraldo called me, wanted me to talk about Dice.
Yeah.
I said, excuse me.
He's doing a Dice show.
I said, what am I? I'm going to go on a show and talk about another guy?
I don't use the name Dice anyway because it sounds like a nickname he gave to himself. The only nicknames I use is when a person earns one from other people.
Like mine would be like, people would call me Big Nose or something like that.
Or Tony the Chin.
Tony the
Gary, Andy at 6 o'clock. You probably won't get a hold of me tonight, so I will give you the news now. Latest flash from WMMR. John DeBella, the wacky zookeeper, has been relieved of operation manager duties at WMMR. He has been relieved of those duties. George Harris will be the interim guy with someone new to be announced soon. So, further being demoted, but he still is the head zookeeper. All right? Talk to you tomorrow, I'm sure. Bye.
Where can you learn to speak like a white man? We're here at the David Dinkins Speech Institute with these satisfied customers.
Well, I used to sound like I had a mouthful of buffalo balls, but I have improved.
The proof is in their speech.
People used to say I sounded ignorant the minute I opened my mouth. Now it takes a little longer.
At the David Dinkins School of Speech, you too can learn to sound as white as Bryant Gumbel, O.J. Simpson, and Lester. Learn in a real classroom.
Say birthday.
Birthday.
No. Birthday. Repeat.
Birthday.
Mouth.
Mouth.
No. Mouth.
Mouth.
Pour.
Po.
Man.
Mean.
No. Woman.
Bitch.
Repeat. Woman.
Ho.
In a few short weeks, you'll be talking real good, just like David Dinkins.
Okay, class, repeat. I forgot to pay my taxes.
I forgot to pay my taxes.
I never touched Sucrete Gable.
I never touched Sucrete Gable.
Ed Koch is a pussy.
Ed Koch is a pussy.
Hello, this is David Dinkins. Bonjour. I would like to play you my before and after tapes. Here's what I used to sound like.
Yeah. Anyone want to buy a VCR? Pay no attention to the serial number.
David Dinkins used to sound like this.
I ain't paying no taxums or stipends.
Today, the founder of the revolutionary David Dinkins Speech School sounds like this.
My dear auditor, it is with great regret that I misplaced my tax returns. However, my recompense is on your desk. I swear on my wife's big fat ass.
Call now if you want to learn to speak real good. Don't be lazy and shiftless. Call 1-800-555-EIEIO. Does it work? Just ask our valedictorian, Calhoun Van Buren.
Now, somebody teach me how to read, I'll be all set.
For the guidelines, they are a shame.
Coming up, lock up your children. Shock jock Howard Stern has just landed.
But voting is friendship, a bad name.
Cold hot breeze, you treated me like from under cheese. You blow, I dug you when you were no one. You blow, now that you're number one. You're treating me like some low-life scum. It's screwing me over. Your only aim on voting is friendship, a bad name. I hope your career goes down the drain. But voting is friendship, a bad name. But voting is friendship, a bad name. You go on Muni, what did he do for you? That tired old Fox's 102. He thought your music blows and your lyrics bite. You act like you're Bruce, but you're just Springsteen light. You blow, you guys were phonies. You blow, I can't believe you only wanted to use me and drop me like Uncle Tony. Drop like a rock, like some hard out dame. My voting is friendship, a bad name. The excuse that you gave was pretty lame. But voting is friendship, a bad name. But voting is friendship, a bad name.
They won't play your record. You don't have to go on Stern. And they told me I can't go to K-Rock. They won't play your record. You don't have to go on Stern. And they told me I can't go to K-Rock.
It's screwing me over, your only aim. But voting is friendship, a bad name. Hope your career goes down the drain. But voting is friendship, a bad name. It's screwing me over, your only aim. But voting is friendship, a bad name. I hope your career goes down the drain. But voting is friendship, a bad name. But voting is friendship, a bad name. But voting is friendship, a bad name. But voting is friendship, a bad name.
You don't have to go on Stern. You don't have to go on Stern. You don't have to go on Stern. You don't have to go on Stern.
We couldn't be happier to have our next guest on the program. He drops by periodically, hasn't been here in some time, and we're always eager to check in with him and see what's going on. This man hosts a radio program which is simultaneously broadcast here in New York City also Philadelphia, and Washington, D.C. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome back to the program the lovely, the talented Howard Stern. Hi, Howard. Nice to see you.
I'm a little shot today. Whew. Man, am I tired. I'm dragging my ass today. Hope the girls will get me pumped up. Could use a dose of femininity. It's one of those naked women running around. What happened? Those girls aren't coming?
That's what the message said. The guy, when I spoke to the guy yesterday, he called me back to confirm it.
Hey, who needs them anyway?
Well, I think maybe somebody being goofy and leaving stupid messages.
Never know. Stranger things have happened on this program. Like people stealing our mail. Hey, John, you want to come in here and buy me some hot water? I need a little some warm lubricant. You know, you do that 4 or 5 hours a day talking. The mechanism
you're like
goes.
Madonna. Your voice is fried.
Yeah, my head is fried, too. Don't mind telling you that. Hey, John, you want to go over there and just tell those guys to boil up some... Yeah. Okay. Because I hate microwave water. It's not the same. Just give me a cup, will you? All right, thanks. Take some shekels. The other day, I had to go take some pictures over at Channel 9, publicity photos.
Have you seen those?
No. They told me they weren't very good. I'll probably have to do some more.
Oh, dear.
They mentioned that.
Yeah, I know. That's great.
They forgot to take the color ones. They mentioned
it wasn't even that they forgot to take the colored ones. I don't think that it's... I don't know what it is. They said they didn't look so good. Yours, the ones that you and I took together evidently were okay. They were passable, but I haven't seen them. I'll be the judge of what's passable. Because what happens is, so I went over to Channel 9 and my hair was all like flipped out and just was spread across my head the wrong way. And I couldn't get it in shape. I was trying with water and stuff. Then I had this woman work on me, the makeup woman. She made like a bouffant. I looked like one of those guys in, I looked like Buster Poindexter.
They looked like they were building you a beehive.
Yeah, I was definitely getting into the beehive arena. So then I tried to blow dry it a little flatter, and it got all messed up. And it was just like, you know, what do I need this for?
You didn't bring your liquid shaver.
Yeah, well, that's exactly for. In those instances, it will actually make your hair manageable, so you can mold it into a new shape. Hair is such a hassle. Why can't we be like Scott, just buy our hair?
Yes, already in a style.
Yeah, it's permanently styled. Big bachelor party. Hey, Steve's still there?
Yeah.
Steve?
Yo.
Hey, man, you ready?
What's up? Are we on the air or what?
Yeah, we're on.
Now he has nothing to say.
Like so many of our listeners.
Yo.
Steve, what? Bachelor party.
Yo, I just got to tell you something, man. I got a message for you from my boys that are coming down.
Yeah.
You want to know what the message is?
What is it?
Forget about it. Forget about it.
Oh, man.
I got boys coming down there that would eat the corn out of Sam Kinison's stools, man.
Whoa, wait a second. Easy. I can tell already that this...
They're going to make Kinison look like Pee Wee Herman.
Wow.
Forget about it. I got one of my fiance's Brazilian relatives coming who don't even speak any English.
All right. Yeah. Now, how many guys you bringing? Don't bring too many.
I'm bringing like 6 max. I got a guy named James Lorenz coming down.
Yeah.
He's a throwback from the 40s.
Yeah.
Forget about it. This kid's out of his mind. He's a freak show. He's great. I got John D. McCauley, the psycho accountant from downtown, coming down.
Right.
I got Anthony coming down. I got Jimmy. I got John. I got Zed, the Brazilian madman. I got my buddy Kevin in from L.A. We're on our way. We're going to tear it up. It's going to go down in history.
Where's your brothers?
Stay on Howard Stern.
What about your brothers?
Oh, they're forget it. I didn't want to go into it.
What do you mean?
They're sphincters.
It's not good for their image?
We'll talk about it later.
Really?
Yeah.
He can't even mention his brothers anymore.
Yeah, right.
I know. Well, you know. It's okay.
They've forbidden him to talk about them.
Well, my agent represents one of his brothers.
Who?
I don't know which one. What do you got, a brother Billy or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, him.
Yeah, he's Billy. So anyway.
Yeah, he's Billy. Okay. Hey, anyway, so you know what time to get down here. The girls will be here. The bachelor party will start.
Yeah, all I need is coffee, Advil, eye drops, and cigarettes, and I am ready for the rest of the day.
All right. Yes.
Later.
Take care.
We're on our way.
Right, bye. What lucky woman will have him? No way he's going to be faithful.
Oh, stop that.
Come on.
You're already putting he's not even married yet. You're putting it off.
I hope he
in
brings.
a jumper.
Let's have him bring a picture of his future wife and stuff.
Well, she's Brazilian. I bet she was one of those girls you see on the beach at Rio.
Yeah, well, she is. What's he doing here? Hey, Steve, if you're still listening, bring a picture of your wife. I want to see. I'm going to see what you're tying yourself down to.
How old is he?
How old is Steve? Do you know?
23.
Yeah?
24.
Awfully young to be getting married. What time are the girls coming down?
One of them's here already.
How's she look?
She's cute.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Which one is this?
The first one that we got.
The black girl.
Right.
Yeah.
She's got kind of that light-skinned, blue-eyed Vanessa Williams look.
Really?
Yeah.
That's the look I like. Come to think of it, there isn't too many looks I don't like. That's the one I'm attracted to. I figured out a good way to screen the party girls, so we don't have to be embarrassed. We turn on all the lights in here, and then we open up
in the
window, and then we look them over, and everyone can decide who they want near them.
Oh my god!
Well, there's one coming up from Philadelphia. I hope she wins.
Yeah.
That's funny. You know, that's a good idea. You could even have them perform out there.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So that then there's no pressure on us to look at them and look them in the eyes and stuff.
And tell them, get out.
Right. So everyone can decide what they want to do. Hey, if any women just want to come down, the more women, the merrier at the bachelor party.
It's an open door policy?
Yeah, it really is. And there'll be a lot of good guys here, and who knows what'll happen. It'll be fun. Actors, pals, all kinds of guys. Accountants, guys bonding, guys from Brazil. God knows what'll happen. Gary went over to watch them tape Letterman yesterday. He sat in the audience and watched them tape.
Yeah.
Even though he's been backstage with me many, many times, he wanted to see it from that perspective.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure why. Why was that?
There was this girl I know had a friend who was from out of town. They wanted to go see Letterman.
Oh, so you were trying to get laid.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why does he have to go through a long explanation? Just say that.
Yeah.
Well, then you would have said, but what does that mean? So
Yeah, but I guess if you had taken him backstage, you would have really gotten laid.
Yeah.
Yeah, but how can I get him backstage without you?
Yeah, right. That's the problem.
Without you, he's nothing.
Yeah,
You have nothing.
I guess that's what he's basically saying. And hey, there's nothing wrong with admitting that.
No, not at all.
No, not when you're a Gary. Yeah, was she cute?
Oh yeah, you better.
Who? Which one was this?
Remember the blonde that brought up the hockey players?
No.
Oh. You had a date with her?
No, it wasn't a date. We're friends. I knew her from before the hockey players.
I was going to say, she's way too cute for you.
Yeah, pretty much.
I don't see you getting her.
In fact, I'm pretty sure she even knows that.
Really? Why? What happened?
No, nothing. I just, it's a friend thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He just thought he'd try, Howard. The guy's always trying.
Couldn't get her back to the apartment?
Well, yeah, I did, but she was with a friend from out of town.
A girl?
Yeah.
Too bad you couldn't get them both naked.
And then she brought some other friend as well, who wasn't a girl.
A bodyguard.
Oh, you're kidding. It was a guy and she digs him?
No, they're just friends. A lot of friends going on.
Yeah, a lot of friend things going on.
Nobody's getting anything.
Yeah, a lot of friends. I love friends. I put in about 7 years with a girl. Remember my last birthday show? That guy Lou Fox showed up?
Right.
I put in 7 years with a girl begging her to have sex with me. The most I ever got off her was a French kiss. And I hope she got real ugly. That's my only saving grace. She was so cute and everything, and I put in 7 years, and I was her best buddy, and I said,
You really thought it was going to work out eventually, that she'd look upon you with favor?
Well, I'll tell you something. One summer, we went cross-country. We actually went cross-country and we were like counselors.
On that bus?
Yeah, taking 40 high school kids cross-country. All the kids on the bus were doing each other.
You still weren't getting it.
And I wasn't getting it. I couldn't make it with the campers, even though I would have liked to.
Yeah, you couldn't use that authority position to even get the campers.
I'm real honorable that way. I didn't go after any of the campers.
You didn't violate that trust.
Even though there were one or two who wanted to.
Yeah.
And one of them once dragged me off into the woods and said, I like you. And I was like, well, wait a second, you're 16. And actually, I was
How old were you?
I was like 19, so 19 or 20. Wouldn't have been that unthinkable, but hey, I had a position of authority, and I wasn't going to abuse it. Plus, I didn't want to go to jail.
So we're changed.
Yeah, right.
Plus, you didn't want to go to jail.
Yeah, these kids were underage.
But so were you. You weren't an adult.
Over 18 is an adult in New York.
Really?
Statutory rape. You're over 18. You're going to jail.
I I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, you had read the law, I think.
I obviously. Now, a guy knows that stuff. Sort of like you don't go on the radio without knowing what the FCC's all bummed out
You're
about.
kidding me. An 18-year-old guy
Oh,
can't
yes.
make love to a 15-year-old girl?
Oh, no. Not here. Maybe where Jerry Lee Lewis got married.
I was going to say, the rest of the country's closing down.
Yeah, you got to be cool on that stuff. You really got to be cool.
I got to check that. I don't know if that's true.
Anyway, you check it out.
It's true. It's true. Guys know.
They all know.
Believe me, it's true. Also, when when you're in a position of being the authority, the counselor.
Tell that to a lot of teachers and professors, Howard.
Yeah, well, I'm not saying it's right, but I'm working to change that law. So that 14-year-olds can make it with 37-year-olds, all right? No, but here's the deal. So I went cross-country and everything, and I was the only real guy around, for her to make love to, or at
This
least...
particular girl.
Yeah. I mean, there was really no other guys around.
So you thought, now, she's got to turn to me.
Yeah, I said, let it go a couple of weeks, and then she'll turn to me. And I was looking pretty good that summer. My weight was under control, and, had some contact lenses. And,
How long was your hair at that point?
Like about down to here or so. I looked good. I looked real good, because I've seen pictures of myself at that point. I didn't look any better. I never got any better than that. So I figured for sure that she would sort of be attracted to me.
Uh-huh.
Especially after not having a man an entire summer. At some point during the summer you break down because all the kids are having sex.
It's hot.
It's hot out.
You're running around with no clothes.
Yeah, and it's not like there's another guy to have anything going on with.
Uh-huh.
It's amazing how much control women have. It's amazing if they don't want you. Like, they don't even break down after a while and say, hey, like, you get on a deserted island. We were basically on a deserted island, and she didn't break down. So one night, all the kids were in this corn bin. You sleep in these corn bins, these giant corn bins in Kansas. It's kind of a fun thing to do. You get to do it once. And it's, like, real weird. Have you ever... Well,
I was going to say, I feel deprived. I never got to do that.
Oh, it's a lot of fun. It's really a lot of fun. You go in a corn bin, and everybody just gets wild. And then you sleep in it. So I had my sleeping bag, and she had hers, and all the kids were just getting it on. I mean, there's no way to separate them. The lights were out.
Hearing the corn rattling.
Yeah, I mean, it was just obvious that all the kids were getting on. And I go, here I am. I'm an adult. I'm 19, 20 years old. And I'm here with a counselor who just, a friend of mine. And a friend because she wanted to keep it friendly. And I just turned to her and I said, come on, let's get it on. All the kids are getting it on. Let's get it on. I feel ridiculous. And I said, just come into my sleeping bag. And then she goes, no. So I said, I tell you what, let's zip our sleeping bags together. I whined and nagged for an hour and a half, and we finally zipped our sleeping bags together so that, like, there was no middle. It was almost like a king-size bed.
Yeah.
So then I went over and I started, trying to get it on with her. And I'd say literally for 3 hours that night, I kept begging her just to kiss me.
What a nudge.
And she eventually, I think, might have French kissed me.
And that was by force.
That was it. And then it was just like, and I just said, this is unbelievable. And you can't get to sleep because you're thinking, well, something's got to happen. Come on, we're in the same sleeping bag.
Every time you roll over, you say to yourself, if I go just a little farther.
If I try one more time.
Because she really wants to, but, she has to put up a front, and then you try to go to sleep.
I must be pretty repulsive. If a woman hasn't had a man all summer.
That's not it. If you're not attracted to a person, you're not attracted to them.
Did she ever at any point just say, listen, I don't want to do this, leave me alone?
Oh, all night.
Yeah, that was the first hour.
Yeah, I kept doing it.
I thought maybe she was just like, no, I don't want to, come on.
You think Gilbert's annoying with a woman?
I was going to say, it sounds like that afternoon in the office with me and Sam Kinison, where he begged for 2 hours, and I was like, this is disgusting.
Yeah, well, she only kissed me to make me go away. So that was about it. It's something I ever got off. That's the girl who's now a doctor somewhere in Florida. High moral stand. And then she would go out with, like, losers.
And she liked him.
Yeah. Not that Lou was a loser. He seemed like a nice guy, but,
Who? Oh, that guy?
Yeah. We're probably going to get the news underway because I say we get the news so that we have the bachelor party ready to go. I would like to take one look at that woman, but I'll wait till all the guys get here. You should separate the men and the women.
Yeah, I plan on that already.
Yeah, you're good.
You got 2 green rooms.
2 green rooms we need.
All the girls are in the lobby, and all the guys are going to be put in the guest lounge.
Tom came in and told me no alcohol at the party.
Oh, is that what that was about yesterday?
Yeah. Unfortunately, he didn't tell Gary, and Gary went out and bought all the alcohol.
Why couldn't we? What?
And Tom had to, like, close the doors. I don't want any alcohol.
Wait a minute. He can't legally do that, can he?
He can't legally do it. No, he can't. That's right.
We can't, suppose they come in here with drinks.
No, you take them and you throw them out. If you want to keep your job, is basically what he told me.
So now I'm bouncing as well?
Yeah.
Oh, this is going to be some party.
Yeah. Can't have any drinks. Tom's like, well, but if we serve alcohol, then they go home and get killed in a car accident. I go, excuse me. Is that my responsibility? I like that law where if you go to a bar, they make the bartender be legally responsible for you. Excuse me. When did everyone abdicate? Why do we always have somebody watching over us?
It's like babysitting now. These bars are daycare centers.
Yeah.
And you go in there, you get looped, and it's the bartender's job to make sure you get home.
Yeah. Make sure he gets in a cab, or you're legally responsible. Excuse me, isn't this guy an adult? Isn't he legally responsible for himself? Well, he's under the influence of alcohol. But who put him in the influence of alcohol?
All right, I got another for instance for you. Okay, suppose it's a woman. She
Yeah.
goes into the bar,
Right.
gets soused.
Yeah.
He pours her into a cab.
Right.
And then the cab driver rapes her. Whose fault is it?
The bartender. Obviously, according to the maniacs who make laws.
Well, now it's getting worse because now they started arresting homeowners for doing it at parties.
Yeah, that's great. You have people over, they ask you for a beer, and then they arrest you.
That's a threat if somebody asks you for a drink.
Yeah, so in other words, drinking is illegal, as far as I'm concerned.
Apparently so.
But Tom's pretty uptight because one time, I think it was last year's Christmas party.
When someone vomited.
No, well, everybody was really drunk, and Tom was so nervous that he corralled the drunkest people and maybe give them coffee.
Yeah.
He said, make them stay, sober them up, let them get coffee. I said, I want to go home, man.
Yeah, right.
Doesn't he realize coffee doesn't sober anybody up?
It doesn't?
No.
Oh.
Well, we didn't realize that either. Sounded pretty good to me.
Makes him an alert drunk.
Yeah. So, I forgot to tell everybody about the Letterman warm-up.
Oh, yeah.
Bill Wendell comes out and he goes...
The announcer.
Yeah, his part of the warm-up is, imagine him warming you up for a TV show. Now, there's the kiss of death. He comes out and goes, we could really do this show without you, but it's much more fun with you. And then he, like, goes over, and that's his big line. It's every night the same line. Imagine that. And
I've seen that show like 10 times over 6 years. And he's never changed a word of what he says in the opening yet.
Gary said that whole dynamic looks pretty funny from the audience where the producer, Bob Morton, goes running up to Letterman. And then, of course, the guest. Who was the guest?
Steve Guttenberg.
Steve Guttenberg. Frank Gannon runs over to Steve Guttenberg. And everyone's, I don't know. There's all kinds of commotion.
Yeah, that's during the breaks.
Yeah, there's all kinds of commotion going on and around this. So it's like the rings of Saturn. Everybody's rotating around the host, and
Gannon's taking care of the guest, and Morton's taking care of Letterman.
Now I know what goes on during that because I'm a guest on the show, and nothing goes on.
The makeup girl is out putting makeup on Letterman. Letterman's personal assistant, I noticed, changes his coffee cup every single break.
Really?
She brings over a new cup that you can see the steam coming out of it and switches it for the old one.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot going on.
It's a pretty important job.
And it's like 50 states.
Letterman can't go without a hot cup of coffee.
Oh, and if you don't get that coffee just right.
Yeah, Dave will freak. Dave can't handle the show otherwise.
They did stupid human tricks, so there was like a little bit of mess. So there's like 50, there's guys with brooms and pouring salt down because there were eggs dropped and sweeping up and coffee and Gannon and...
The Sawdust Crew.
Saturday Night Live. Okay.
And if I could just mention, our old engineer that used to work with us at NBC.
Yeah, Greg.
Bruce.
Yeah.
I understand he's got a great new job now.
What is he doing?
I heard through the grapevine that he is in charge of the glass-breaking sound effects for the Letterman show.
Oh, really?
That's his job.
Yeah.
You think he can handle it without Fred standing over his shoulder?
Now.
Yeah, Fred's like, press the button. Banging on Bruce's head. We had a thing at NBC. Fred couldn't press his own sound effects. We had to point to an engineer to press the sound effects, which was really great. It took Fred long enough to get the cart. Then Bruce would have to handle the cart. Were you allowed to put it in the cart machine, Fred?
I technically was not allowed, and every time I did, he'd give me a dirty look.
Yeah. God forbid we should get it going.
You were risking his job.
Yeah, right. So you mean now he just puts that cart in? I guess we trained him.
Well, they once did a bit on the guy at Letterman as a parody of what he does, but the guy basically comes in and sits there, and I guess when Dave throws that card, he hits that cart machine.
Beautiful. I love engineers. For 20 minutes, Scott has been feverishly hooking up one wire. It's like, you know.
Oh, you should see what he's doing over there.
Yeah.
I've been watching him.
It's wild. And look at it, your cables. And... All right, listen, let's take a break and get into some news, and then the Steve Baldwin Bachelor Party for the rest of the day, and some fun. I got to tell you, Kinison was calling me a couple of times yesterday.
Really?
Yeah, I had a little thing with him. It's kind of funny.
What
but
happened?
Sam's going to be here. Everything was straightened out. But
Wait a minute. I got to hear all about this.
He'll be interested in this. We'll be back right after these words.